Hi guys, it's Eliza. Or is this fine? Is this okay? Is this lighting fine? I think it's okay. Okay. So it's been a while, and I'm so sorry I disappeared if you care. I think I took like a 2-month break, which is so annoying. But I'm gonna do like my makeup while I give you like my life update. Anyway, hi guys, I miss you. I miss posting. I've been posting shorts and reels, but this like long form content is it's just me more. Okay, why I took a break. If you guys are new here, hi, I'm actually an artist and I am in the middle. Well, I've been on the near end, but I've been on the near end for quite like for 2 months now. I am creating my own like very first coloring book. I have always wanted to make this coloring book for quite a few years, but it was more so I wanted to make coloring sheets. And then I became an artist and I started doing things a lot more seriously, blah blah blah, and then I was like, oh, actually I want to create this coloring book. Took about a month to create everything, and I'm on like the near end. I actually have like 5 or like 5-ish, somewhere between 5 to 10 pages to either completely start or finish or like retouch. And I wanted the book to be 30 pages long. And then I kind of hit like a mental like I just stopped. I don't know what it is. I just stopped. I honestly don't even know what to tell you, like why I stopped or what's going on. I just was like, I think now looking back, I've always had like I've always been open and honest about my depression and what's going on inside my head. I think that what I realized was a lot of my creativity and productivity is like linked to my mental health. If I'm going through like a depressive episode, I'm not doing anything. I'm not creating anything. I can't stay on schedule. I can barely work out. I can barely eat properly. I can barely even do my skincare. I can barely brush my teeth. So that's who I am and what I've always who I was, because I'm trying to get out of it, and what I've always been kind of doing, where I feel bad, take a break, don't do anything, and that takes like a few months to get out of, and that's kind of been my schedule since I was a little girl, like since I was a child. It's just that I've always had something to do, like I was in school or I was in college or I had a job. And now I don't have any of those things. I don't have any commitment to anything, and I don't have any like responsibilities that I'm like forced to do, like, oh, I have to do this or I have to do that. The only responsibility I have is just like taking care of myself and like doing the things that I have to do at home. But other than that, like I just like I'm out of it. So I feel like maybe that's kind of what happened. I was also experiencing headache. I'll tell you guys about this, about me. I got a reading done. Sometimes it's helpful to get reading done. I don't do reading for the future. I used to, like, my future and blah, 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 and I feel like that was, like, so rooted in my anxiety, and now it's more so, like, hey, what can I do right now? Give me advice of what's happening right now. What can I do? What's happening in my head? Blah, 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 blah. And I was experiencing these headaches that were so bad. And I went to the doctor. They couldn't do anything. I've been taking Tylenol like every day, and it's like I actually finished a bottle. And I was like, this is not the vibe. This is not life. What is happening? What's going on? So I went to a reader, and he was basically like, you have a lot of anger and you decided to not feel it, and it's now coming back as these headaches. And I was like, that actually makes sense, because I remember making the decision of like, I don't want to feel this anymore. I remember the day, like, I mean, not the day, but I remember that moment of like where I was, what I was doing, and like me feeling that. So I was just like, yeah, he's right. Like, this is not some BS. This is genuinely just what I feel, how I feel it. And I've just been dealing with that, like, processing, blah, 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 blah. And this is like the most, I don't want to say like embarrassing, but just like something that I've kind of, okay, yeah, maybe a little bit embarrassed of the fact that I put it out on social media that I'm gonna finish this book and I'm making this and blah blah blah. I created some hype, created like all of this stuff, expectation, blah blah blah, to then just me like disappearing for almost 2 months. Like, I have not posted on my art page in like 2 months. So I'm a bit like, damn, like, do my followers, do these people think that I'm someone that just isn't going to like makes these promises and then like not follow them? Because obviously that's literally what's happening, and that's a huge red flag when people make these promises and they don't follow through. I feel like that's just bad. That's bad for me, that's bad for the brand, that's not good character building. It's just like not really the greatest, but also I'm not in a good place to do that at all when the inside of my head is just like not in a great place, you know? But I was feeling guilty about that, but like nothing was driving me to finish this book at all. And then I now like do have the motivation and I'm excited to, I just like have not touched it. And I don't like feel bad about me talking about it, making this promise anymore, because I had to come like to terms with the fact that I just have been through a lot and I'm going through a lot, and my art flows from me. Like, there's a reason for everything, there's like a meaning for every piece, like it all comes from within me, you know? I'm not like, this is not bullshitting. Like, there's a reason why a lot of people, women, connect with my art, and it's because of where it comes from. And right now I just have to like take some time to like deal with my insides, and I can like come back as like a healthier version to finish the book, which I'm really happy about, because whenever I decide, which it needs to be soon-ish, I'm not gonna lie to you, whenever I do decide to come back and like finish it, I'll be like a better version of me than it would be a different version of me than the version that started this project, you know? So I don't really feel guilty about that anymore. I understand other people feeling a bit iffy, and I'm just like, sorry, I'm not $1 million brand. I'm just like not that person that is everywhere. And by that I mean like there's so many really successful people, founders and brands and blah blah blah, and I've talked to some of them, and I've realized that a lot of people who are successful from a young age, and they have that drive to like chase and blah blah blah, like they had a happy childhood, had like fully supportive system around them, they have all of these things that I don't have, that are able to like that they are able, and this is not like a hate or anything, this is just like me understanding myself and them, and because I've talked to a lot of like really cool founders and designers and blah blah blah, and I'm just like, oh, this is the difference between you and me. Like the reason why, for example, I take breaks from life where I'm just like, I don't want to do anything, I don't want to do and participate in life and in society because this is just like a really bad situation for me. I'm not doing great that mentally, blah 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 blah. And you know, I meet other people and I'm able to be like, it's not like making excuses like, oh, I have depression and like you don't. Everyone has their own thing, but it's just like me understanding me more and like why and blah 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 blah, and like and then like knowing where to work in my life. Like it's not that I don't have drive, it's not that I don't have motivation, it's not that I don't have creativity. I have those things. It's just I also have like depression, and I'm also dealing with the fact that I almost wanted to delete myself, which a lot of people do feel. I'm just like really open about it, and you know, there's like grief that comes with wanting a new life and like mourning the life that you thought you were going to have and all of these things. So I was just like dealing with that, and like some days it's genuinely just difficult. Like I'll wake up and cry, and some days I feel really good and blah 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 and all of that stuff. So I've just been like dealing with the inside of my head, which is why I took a break. I just felt like I am someone that wants to talk about stuff, and I can't really talk about anything if my head's not in the right place, you know? And also, I started drinking matcha. I make matcha, I make coffee at home. I love it. I love this. I don't even know. Anyway, yeah, I get on TikTok. I like basically started posting again, but I started posting like, I just like reach flow state when I'm yapping, you know? I just like get on there and I'm like blah 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 blah, and then I hit flow state and I'm yapping from experience. Like I don't write scripts or anything for my TikTok. I'm just straight yapping. It's from my soul. Like a lot of the things that I talk about is like from experience and personal, you know, experience, personal, my personal stories and blah 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 blah. And something that I realized was that I went through a lot, but why am I going through a lot? Like, why am I just meeting people that are not meant for me? Why am I just constantly meeting people who want to hurt me? And then it was just like coming to this realization of like, I don't really have a good relationship with myself. I have low self-esteem, low self-respect, and I stick with these people because I want to have a partner, or I want to have friends around me rather than me wanting love and respect. And I think that people-pleasing tendency kicked in, and it's always been there my entire life, and just had really bad situations. I've gone through like bullying, and there's like different forms of bullying. Like I'll make a video about that too, because I just don't feel like our community, like the South Asian community, talks about bullying, the different forms of bullying, from like a psychology standpoint. I am not a psychologist at all. I just like watch licensed therapists and psychologists talk about certain things because I really want to learn and understand what is going on, you know, like what's going on in my head, what's going on in these situations, like blah blah blah. So much of my healing has come from learning, and putting a name on things, because I want to know if it's like, no one's here to tell me like, oh Eliza, that's you, or Eliza, that's them. I have to kind of do it on my own, which is why I read self-help books, I watch certain like videos, blah blah blah, to like, for me to understand, because like I'm in my like mid-late 20s, you know, like not always the victim. Like I am the maker of my own reality, and why is my reality like this? Do you know what I mean? It's getting hotter in New York, and I don't like it. It's like not my fave. It's not the vibe for me at all. Yeah, just been learning, journaling. Yeah, I've gone through a lot of like weird situations and weird people that in the process of like learning and unlearning and understanding what's happening, I'm also building up my own confidence, and it's not coming from a fake place anymore. I feel like before it came from like a numbing thing of just like, whatever, I don't really care, I'm gonna do whatever I want. And now it's just more so like, this is what I enjoy doing. Actually, I feel like this is more so my purpose and my calling, which is like creating art, creating content, talking about certain things that I feel like I want to talk about. I feel like no one else is really talking about. I feel like, yeah, that's what I feel, and I want to talk about things that matter to me. I've gotten more, like, I would have never imagined last year and the year before, like the few years before that, I would have never imagined me being someone that like, yeah, I'm going to talk on social media about all of these things. Like, I genuinely just like was not someone that felt comfortable talking about. I just never felt comfortable talking on social media, and so now I've just become more confident. And me yapping on TikTok and like people connecting with some of my videos, I was like, wait, I should work on this. I'm so passionate about the things that I talk about, and I want to do that more. And so I literally got a headache the other day because I was just like, okay, how do I schedule this? How do I do this properly? How do I talk about this without rambling? I want to be able to. So that's when I started like writing some stuff, some ideas, some things that I feel like our community needs to talk about, you know. I feel like the girlies need to have like a gossip session. And yeah, I just want to like talk about stuff, and started getting confident and like discovering my voice and understanding what's important to me, and how do I make it, do it strategically where it's like impactful. So which is why I'm like coming back on YouTube, because initially, like a while back when I came back, which was like a month ago when I initially came back on YouTube, I just wanted to make like makeup and cute like fashion videos, just like videos to have like fun with. And then I took a break because I was kind of like unhappy, and also kind of realizing like there's actually more that I want to do, but I don't know what it is. And then kind of understanding in the past like 2-3 weeks, I was like, wait, I know what I want to talk about. Maybe I should get back on YouTube and like kind of restructure and, you know, do it better and like blah 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 blah. I actually painted my background. I don't know if I made a video since I painted my room. Basically, I was super unhappy with how my room looked like. This door was dark. I had like a lot of stains and like marks on my wall from hanging different things. I also used to paint in my room. And so there was just like a lot of stuff going on in my room, and I was like, I need to paint. I want to like create in my room, and I'm entering like a minimalist era of my life, which I always wanted to do. I've always wanted to be more into like minimalism, but I just have so much stuff that's in my room. Also, this is my third time trying to film this particular video, like getting back on YouTube. My first video, whenever I film, it has to get edited and posted within 3 to 4 days. And that video, I was still in the middle of taking a break, and I didn't know that I still needed more time with my break. And then I just didn't like it anymore. I didn't like the video, and I was like, I'm not posting this. The second video, which I filmed literally last week, the SD card, it just like wasn't reading, and I was like, okay, that's annoying. I guess I should film again. So here we are, filming again. So I'm trying to like, this is like my second time talking about everything that I just said, so I obviously missed a few points, maybe, I don't even know, but I decided to do like a little revamping, like makeover, give my room a makeover and paint my room, and I feel like it's more open. I feel like it's more light. I feel like my room just feels more light, and that's exactly what I wanted. So I just like feel better about my little makeover, and I threw out a lot of my stuff. I've donated a lot of my clothes. I thinned out my eyebrows a little bit more. I've been going through it with my eyebrows. I feel like I'm not really fully happy with my eyebrow shape. Like this one looks different than this, and I feel like I've been trying to like make it look more even. Whatever. I'm like really excited to like come back with a more understanding of me, and like more like I just feel like I know more now. I've come back with more information about myself and what I want to do. Let's see, my skin has been getting a bit more better, which I'm really, really happy about, because I've been struggling with my skin since last year summer, and now I'm just like, oh my god, I cannot believe that it's summer again and my skin is still bad. I feel like my skin has gotten a bit more sensitive in the past, since this year began. I'm not gonna lie, I feel like if I eat anything that has like dairy or gluten in it, I'm immediately breaking out, and it's just so annoying. It's so annoying. And for the most part of this year and last year, I was honestly not wearing much makeup because I was just like at home, and I have a lot of like really old makeup, and I think maybe my skin just got used to me not wearing makeup because of since college and my early 20s, I feel like I've been wearing makeup every day. I've just been caking makeup and like wearing it every day and covering everything instead of like taking care of my skin. And so honestly, during cosmetology school was when which was like 3 years ago, my skin journey started, because I learned about skin in cosmetology school, and then I kind of realized what I'm supposed to do. I just understood skin more, I understood ingredients more, but I'm still like going through some skin issues because I also feel like my stress level is affecting my skin, which is so like annoying, because what are you supposed to do, you know? Yeah, my skin definitely got a bit more sensitive. Like I literally had sushi with what's it called, soy sauce. And I was just like laying in bed chilling, and I felt the hive break out on my chest, and I was like, I literally shot up and I was like, I'm not stressed right now, why am I having hives on my body? And then I started reading everything that I ate that day, and I realized that the soy sauce has wheat in it. So that was like annoying. I was just like, oh my god, because I was so anal. I was like, oh my god, like I'm watching my diet, what's going on? So something as small as like me dipping sushi in soy sauce can affect my skin really negatively, and I have like scars that I'm still healing from because of the hives, which is super annoying. It shows up on my arm and my back, and like my skin, obviously, like I don't know. Oh yeah, this girl, I have an expired foundation and concealer that I didn't know because I don't read. I was just like putting it on. I was actually filming because I wanted to film a video, and I was like filming the makeup tutorial, and I was on the phone yapping with my friend, and then I literally I had just applied it, and then like small bumps started appearing, and I was like, why is this happening? Like right now there aren't any bumps because it's like fairly new makeup, and I was like, girl, I think this makeup is like expired. And I go wash my face, and I already like have it already clogged my, it already did its work. It already clogged my pores. And I was like, I'm not doing shit today. I'm just gonna stay in bed. So there's like little things that like bother me and make me just be like, I'm actually not gonna do anything. Kind of relieved that my skin is getting better because I have now grown to be someone who doesn't really enjoy the cake face every day. I really do like my natural face, and my skin, I'm not as insecure anymore as I used to be. So it's this thing where I'm like, you know what? I want my skin to clear up so I can wear a light makeup, just like a tinted moisturizer, and be like, yeah, done. I enjoy makeup. I love makeup, but on an everyday, I want like clear skin. I just want like healthy, clear, even skin tone, because I think it's like related to my health, and I just want like to be healthy. And like, yeah, I'm already like tired from yapping so much. Also, this is so crazy, but I have a laptop and it's not been working for a few months because the mouse pad just got stuck and it wasn't working, and I just like shut the laptop and I just put it under my table, like literally on the floor under my table, and I was just like not dealing with it. I was like, today is not the day. I can't believe that's happening. And it was so annoying because editing, work, everything, is like done on my laptop, and I was like, why did that stop working? So I've been using my iPad for everything, which is like honestly not user friendly. It's just like not, it's just not the vibe. And I've been using my iPad for months, and then I found out about I discovered my issue with the SD card. Yeah, the SD card wasn't reading on my iPad, and then I got pissed off and I opened the laptop and it worked. And I was like, okay, that was unnecessary. So now I have like my iPad. I literally went and bought a typing, like the keypad for an iPad, because my laptop wasn't working, and I was like, I'm not doing this touch screen thing, and I need like a laptop vibe, you know, to work. So now I feel like I have two laptops, which is great because I feel like I'm at like optimal creativity. Like I have everything. I have all the gadgets. I have a mic, I have a camera, I have a laptop, I have an iPad. I just need me. I just need me to show up and do the stuff. Also, I've been wearing strip lashes because I really love how it looks on me. I haven't really been wearing that much like mascara at all ever since I started wearing strip lashes. I'm like, wait, I love how this looks. I love the look of like fake lashes. Actually, I feel like I'm gonna be someone that, you know, has like clear skin, no makeup, just lashes and lip gloss. Like I feel like that's genuinely my look. I just like don't have the clear skin to go with it, which I right now don't really care because I actually have gone out with no makeup, my hyperpigmentation showing, and just walking around with like just my lashes and lips done. I was supposed to go outside today to the city to meet a friend, or like to meet someone that I've been following, and we've been mutuals on socials like Instagram for a while. I don't even know, whatever. So she was like visiting, and then first I cancel? Or no, first the schedule just in the line, and then this morning she canceled. We might meet tomorrow, but I haven't really been in a place of like wanting to meet new people and socialize. I just like have not been in that place of like socializing. I talked to 2 people, and I actually mostly talked to like one person, and we have been friends for like over a year. No, yeah, over a year actually, like almost 2 years now. Damn, we've been friends for almost 2 years, so like I feel like I'm fine with where I am. I just like, you know, need to deal with me, and then when I'm ready I will have a tribe that I can call my own. Just like right now is just like not the time. Just so ironic for me to like come to the realization and say out loud, because for so long I was really sad about like not having my own friend group, but then I just kind of realized in my own time that I'm a way better friend when it's a one-on-one situation. Like I don't do well with like groups. I do really well, and I'm just meant for like a one-on-one hangout, a one-on-one friend thing. And I feel like I have a lot of like one-on-one situations and friends, and I just like am better that way. But also right now I'm just like not in a place of like wanting to meet new people, because I need to figure out me, myself, and I first. And I'm not sad about that anymore. I'm just like, yeah, when the time is right, my tribe and my people will find me, and I'll be ready, and I will receive them with love, and they will receive me with love. I'll also be in a place where I'm like ready to love, you know? Just feel like right now I'm just really not in a place of like love and kindness. Kindness is a stretch, but also like, you know, sometimes it takes effort to be kind. It takes going out of your way to be kind, and like I think that when you're a friend, like sometimes kindness, it shouldn't be like, oh, I'm going out of my way to be kind. It should just like come out of you, you know? And I'm not in that place right now, so whoops. I feel like everyone goes through that, but I'm gonna take my time and be intentional about my space, like my headspace, my emotional space, and just be chill about it. This eyelash is bothering me. Also, my nails were growing super long to the point where they looked fake. And then yesterday I was like, was it yesterday? Yeah, yesterday I was like cutting vegetables, accidentally cut the nail off. The knife was so sharp, it literally like slid through my nail, and then I was like, damn, I have to go shorter. And now that it's shorter and that I paint like I did gel, I feel like this is more me. Like I feel it looks nice, it feels nice. Because those long nails, honestly, it was hard to function, it was hard to type, it was hard to do a lot of things, it was hard to cut a vegetable. I also think that I've discovered my aesthetic. I like literally discovered my aesthetic, and I'm really happy about me discovering my aesthetic, because I knew what I liked, but I didn't know that there was like an aesthetic for it. I was just like, why do I like all these odd things at once? I don't know, there's just like a few things that I've been drawn to, and I was just like, what am I trying to build? What am I trying to create? Like, who am I? Why am I drawn to these certain things? And then I discovered it on TikTok, and I was like, oh my god, that is me. And I feel like my brand is going to be that specific aesthetic, which is, I'm also gonna have to like build it as well, because there is a name for it, but I'm also Indian, so there's no like Indian version of it. Maybe like there is, and people are doing and wearing it, it's just like not on social media as much. Yeah, that's my discovery of my aesthetic. It's just that I'm like looking at everything that I own, and I'm like, there's been a few stuff that I don't align with anymore. And also, I need an intro. I've been thinking about calling, there's this girl on TikTok, and she's black, and I'll find her at, and I put it up, but she's like, hey N-word, and I love it so much, and I'm like, I want an intro too. And everyone has their own intro, everyone has like their own thing, and I'm just like, this is my eyebrow pencil, whoops, I don't know, but I really want to like create my own like brand. I know I'm so creative when I tell you that I'm like really creative, and I need to like work on me, myself, and I, and my brand, and like my just me. I need to work on it, so I need to like come up with stuff. And this is my makeup. I watched Summer House the previous season, so I'm not a huge reality TV. The last time I watched anything reality was like Love Island because of Leah, Janae, and Serena. That was like the only season that I watched, and I didn't watch the following season. I just feel like that show is so dumb. And I think it's also because like they're all in their early 20s, and it just like made me not want to date people because of how the men in that show like view women and how the women viewed themselves, and like just feel like it was like reiterating the patriarchal like way of thinking, the misogyny, all of the subtleness of it. And I was just like super icked out. I just like wanted to watch because of the drama, honestly speaking, but not my favorite show. I have no interest in watching the recent like Love Island at all. I have been watching some of the like clips on TikTok, but I did watch Summer House, and I feel like I would watch Summer House. And I don't even know why. I think it's because it's like a friend group. They're having fun and they're talking about stuff, and there's like a little bit of dating here and there. But it's fun, you know. It's like nice to see like a big friend group doing stuff, because I've never really been in that situation, so it's like nice to watch from the outside. But I watched the previous season because I was seeing all the drama, and I was like, I'm home, I'm sad, and I'm doing nothing. Let me like watch the previous like season that was like airing. And I'm watching, I don't have to check if like the part 3 of the reunion has been, because they made the reunion into 3 parts because of how dramatic it was. And it's so funny, and I feel like I'm now watching the downfall of the white woman. I feel like the entire America and the world is like watching the downfall of white women, and like the bullshit that white women do towards others. Like people on TikTok are breaking down this white lady's behavior, and even in the, what's it called, Love Island, the white girl that's just like confused that no one was like interested in a blonde, and she was just like, oh, I've always been someone's type, and like she's now facing that thing of like, oh my god, I'm like no one's type on the island. And it's itching. It's like it's so many women are just so many like women of color, specifically like black and brown women, are just like, oh yeah, welcome to our world where no one is really interested in us. And I'm sure she's a nice lady, and that she is also like confused and blah blah blah, but genuinely like we don't really care that no one likes you. We're just like, yeah, wow, at least they were nice to you. You know, when a black and brown girl likes a guy, and if the guy doesn't like her, she is faced with disrespect. It's not even like hurting the ego, it's genuinely like you'll go through like some sort of racism feat type of it's not like it's never, I'm sure there's people who went through like respectful turn downs, but there's always like, ew, I'm not interested in you. Like there's always like that weird like disgust that's like rooted in racism and just hatred. Like, why would I like a girl who's like brown or black? Ew, you know? And also when it comes to like Summer House, I feel like the situation there, it's like, I feel like it's more prominent with white women to like steal and like go behind people's backs and like do stuff like this. And I feel like the world is like watching, and there's like 2 sides of like, oh yeah, they weren't dating, so it's okay for her to like go for someone who's like not dating, blah blah blah. But then you watch the show and you're just like, actually it's a bunch of bitches. And there's like people who are like making excuses, and then everyone's like, oh, so you're a cheater, you like to cheat, you like to go behind people's backs and do weird stuff like this. And then there's people who are like, yeah, I've been through this and it's disgusting. And it's like nice to see people like break down the white woman behavior of it. And it's also just like more than white women. It's like, yes, white women, but like white women, the system that is set up by them, and like how toxic they are towards like their friends that have melanin, and like how they view people and like all that stuff. Like I feel like we're all like watching the downfall of the white woman, because for a very long time like they had this like innocent their brand was like being innocent, and we're like the woman that everyone wants, and now it's just like, no, you're not, you're vile, duh. Which is nice to watch, and I hope that the community heals. both black and brown women heal, and I hope that white women also like choose to be better and heal from this, because I think all of us as women deserve to have each other as friends. Like we're just like not in that place yet, which is such a naive thing for me to say, like, oh yeah, I just want all of us to be friends, but like genuinely I do. I could go on and on and on and on and yap, but like I feel like this video is like long enough, so I'm gonna end it here. Oh my god, which brings me, I actually made another video where I was talking about something really important. I forgot, I think it's like a video directed towards like brown women, and then I found myself yelling at the camera. I was like, first of all, blah blah blah, and then I was like, why am I was giving Wiz Liz vibes. Speaking of Wiz Liz, I hope she's like okay and comes out okay of that situation. Yeah, I just like hope her and her baby like comes out of the situation, because I read those text messages because she posted the screenshots, and if you've been abused before, if you've gone through like toxic people, it's like pattern recognition. You can like pick it up. It's just basically like recognizing the pattern of like someone toxic and someone abusive, and I was able to recognize some of that in my past, I would say the past like 2 years. I started like getting better at like recognizing the abuse and toxic patterns, even through texting and talking and like certain things where I'm just like, and I feel like it's something that you have to like decide to do. You know, you're just like, I actually don't want to do this anymore. I never want to go through this again. And then I'm not saying that she didn't decide to like not be abused or whatever. It's just everyone's like journey of healing and blah 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 is like their own. I can't really make a commentary about other women's like healing. I think I like did my eyelashes wrong. Everyone's journey is just different, you know. Like some women, they pick up stuff pretty early, and then some women, it takes them having a kid. It literally takes them having like 2 to 3 kids, like 2 to 3 baby daddies, for them to be like, oh my god, I need to like fix my insides and like, you know, blah 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 blah. Like there's this girl that I used to follow when I was younger. She deadass had like 2 kids, I think, and from 2 different fathers, and then she was like, oh yeah, I want to like focus on myself, like this was just bad and blah blah. And I was like, oh, the fuck, it took you this long? It deadass just takes some women, like their journey is like their own, like I said. So for me, like I read those text messages, and like people like that will drive you insane. Toxic and abusive people will drive you insane, and the fact that she has a kid with him, I'm sure it's like driving her even more insane, and just also just like hysterical protection and like little bit of like actually so much anger that it's possibly to the point of insanity. But fully empathize, like I don't even know what situation, like I can't even imagine what she's going through, because I've never been in that specific situation. but I can recognize the pattern of like the abuse and the toxicity. So I have a little bit of just like, oh, I hope you're gonna make it out. I hope you make it out. You and your baby should make it out. But anyway, what I was saying was like, found myself yelling at the camera, and I was like, I need to be calm. I need to maybe write points, maybe write a script and like talk in a calm manner, because a lot of the things that I talk about, it's from my experience. I'm not just like yapping because like, what do I talk about today? It's just like genuinely my experience, what I went through, how did I get here, and blah blah blah. And I need to like talk with love, and I feel like me yelling at a camera is just like not doing it. And then I stopped filming because I was like, I'm not really happy with, and I filmed it twice too. I was just like, I'm not happy with how I'm delivering my message. I'm not happy with how I'm speaking. I'm not happy with blah blah blah. And so that also was one of the reasons why I took a break from YouTube, because I was just like, this is ass. But now I'm just like, wait, I know what to do now, and blah blah blah. So yeah, I'm excited to like come back a bit more calm and a bit more like put together. I feel like I've yapped for an hour straight. Anyway, thank you guys for watching this video. Thank you for being here. Thank you for supporting me. Thank you for subscribing. I will see you in my next video. Bye.